You won't believe what happened when Gennady Golovkin faced a samurai. Throughout his illustrious career, the legendary Kazakh boxer Gennady Golovkin has faced a myriad of opponents from across the globe. From the powerful representatives of the African continent to the flamboyant fighters from the United States, Golovkin has seen it all. However, among his numerous encounters, the ones that stand out the most are his 3 epic battles against fighters from the land of the rising sun. Each of these bouts concluded in shock for Japanese fans, as Golovkin showed no mercy to the samurai spirit. In this video, we will take a detailed look at these thrilling encounters.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The first clash between Gennady Golovkin and a Japanese fighter took place in December of 2011 at the Terminal Shopping and Entertainment Center in Kyiv, Ukraine. His opponent was Makoto Fuchigami, and the stakes were high with the WBA and IBO titles on the line, both held by Golovkin at the time. Fuchigami came into the fight with a solid record and a reputation as a resilient fighter, although not technically perfect. Many Japanese fans flew in to support their compatriot, anticipating a competitive match. However, Golovkin had other plans.
And he's here against a really avoided and formidable middleweight.
From the very first seconds of the fight, Golovkin applied relentless pressure on the Japanese fighter. It seemed he aimed to end the bout in the first round. Fuchigami tried to show off to the crowd, but after a few powerful punches from Golovkin, he started to falter. A deep cut over his right eyebrow just before the bell rung indicated that the fight might not last long.
Then those southpaws and you like, so he'll have plenty of patience. He won't worry about this. He just look for the opening where his man's on.
Plenty of savvy as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Doesn't miss with many punches either, does he?
Quiet start to the fight, but it could happen at any moment.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Fuchigami stands up when he takes the first big shot, if he can stand up.
Slender Frenchman who we thought was going to be blown away, and it wasn't to be. Well, the first nice punch of the...
But sometimes that means nothing, John. You know, when the 2 fighters get in the ring, some guys sometimes step up a level.
Last, Golovkin finds that looping right hand does get to the target, and that little left over the top of the shoulder, and another one.
Yeah, and that right hand just made Fuchigami blink a little bit, John, and
He's cut. He's cut over the right eye. Fuchigami is cut.
In the second round, Golovkin's punches became even harder, faster, and more accurate. He continuously attacked Fuchigami throughout the round, eventually sending him to the canvas with a powerful punch.
But you know, he's not doing too badly at the moment, is he? But I think it's because Golovkin's not throwing any punches by design, I would say, not by anything Fuchigami's doing. It is going to cause him problems, and the last thing you want to be able to do is have vision problems against a devastating puncher.
There's the right hand, and Fuchigami feels the power, and Golovkin's going looking for him. Senses the Japanese challenger in trouble here in this second.
Yeah, he caught with a stiff jab, didn't he, John? And once that jab connected, he shipped over that right hand, and he really felt the pace.
And Fuchigami is starting to unravel here in this second. The eye's a mess, and it just looked momentarily when that right hand stiffened, and another one now. That his legs had stiffened first time, second time he goes down, and it looks as though he's overmatched and that Golovkin has simply got far too much. Are you okay? I can tell you the answer to that. It is no.
Yeah, it don't look good for him, John. I think, you know, the next big punch is going to go over, and he squared up, John. His footwork's not the greatest either. He squared up, and it wasn't a massively heavy shot, was it? But it was a nice, hard shot.
He looks unsteady, and his gloves are down. It's an open target, this, for Golovkin. There it goes, the right hand again. Somehow, Fuchigami stays upright. Well, he's bravely trying to punch back.
But Golovkin's letting him do what he wants, isn't he, John, until he decides to throw a punch. And
It's a pea shooter against
By the third round, it was clear who would emerge victorious. The only question remained was how long Fuchigami could endure. Barely into the third round, the referee again counted over the fallen Japanese fighter.
I think the referee could easily be stopping this right here and now. I don't think we need to see too much more. He's brave, he's got up, and he says he's okay.
Yeah, he took some cracking right hands there, didn't he?
And Golovkin's subsequent attack led to the stoppage of the fight. This marked Golovkin's 20th technical knockout victory in 23 matches.
I'm not too sure about the wisdom. More big punches coming in, it's all over. It could have finished with the knockdown, but it's all over in the third round. And Gennady Golovkin has simply steamrolled his Japanese challenger.
Yeah, he looked very impressive, John. He wasn't up against much, but
2 years later, in March of 2013, Golovkin faced another Japanese fighter, Nobuhiro Ishida. Unlike his previous opponent, Ishida posed a more significant threat with his impressive height for the weight class, 6 feet 2 inches, and a record of never being knocked out early. By then, Golovkin had firmly established himself as a champion with a formidable reputation in the middleweight division. Nevertheless, the brave Japanese fighter and his entourage flew to Monaco, determined to dethrone the champion. Ishida entered the ring with a headband, reminiscent of the ones worn by samurais before battle, indicating his readiness. When the fighters stood opposite each other, the noticeable size difference intrigued everyone, raising questions about whether it would pose a problem for Golovkin. The gong sounded and the fight began.
His nickname, Gennady Golovkin.
The first round surprisingly passed calmly, with both fighters studying each other. However, Golovkin gradually took the initiative, landing precise jabs on his opponent.
Judging by the big training session that I witnessed this week, Pumlani, he's such a good fighter, this Golovkin. I have seen it before as well. And as I said, a true professional.
And quality officials, the 3 judges at ringside, and Hall of Fame referee stand of this one. Beautiful jab, Golovkin. But Ishida has a good jab too.
Sizes his man up with the jab. On paper, he can be only one winner, and he's in the big money. But I think tonight.
That's the left hook. Ishida. Good left hook from Ishida. Well, the blister, but he came into this fight with a flu blister.
Yeah, at the training he already had a... But
now
if he's good enough...
GGG is changing his attack. He wants...
In the second round, as in the previous fight, Golovkin dominated, leading the attacks while Ishida mostly stayed on the defense. Despite his efforts, he couldn't withstand Golovkin's onslaught indefinitely.
Showing this little or no respect.
Well, that could end up being a problem for him. If you stay away, have a good fight. Oh, terrific left uppercut, right hand by the champion, Golovkin. And another big left hook. And it's all Golovkin. Just a matter of Golovkin found his perfect range. What a professional fighter this is.
Wonderful.
The baby assassin, he's got that smiley little baby face, but when he gets in there, can he fight? Oh, what a right hand from Golovkin. Ishida says, bring it on. And his timing perfect. The young aspiring professional boxers watching this fight, and you'll be able to fight like this guy.
Good refereeing, Stanley Crystal. Each time the hands are free. Although you'll see the Ishida holding on the other side, but each time the hands are free, Stanley Crystal lets them fight on.
Ishida doesn't like that uppercut.
Perhaps for the first time in round number 2, we've seen the punching power of the champion, Golovkin.
The third round proved decisive. Golovkin started with sharp punches, breaking down Ishida's defenses. Towards the end of the round, Golovkin landed a combination of a left uppercut and a right hook, hitting Ishida squarely on the jaw.
Been able, with that jab, to make him be aware that He will be punished if he comes
Giant of a
inside.
man. Say Bumlani for a Japanese man. He must be a big guy over there. But he's got his hands full here against the WBA and the RBO middleweight champion. Oh, big right hand. And Ishida's down and he's out. It's all over.
Ishida fell out of the ropes and took a long time to recover. The Japanese fans in attendance were in a state of shock, and the arena fell silent. Golovkin secured his 23rd knockout victory in 25 fights, reaffirming his reputation as one of the most exciting boxers in the world.
Gennady Triple G Golovkin!
The most formidable Japanese opponent for Golovkin was Ryota Murata, whom he faced on April 9, 2022. Murata, an Olympic champion and WBA title holder, was a star in his homeland and represented a real challenge for the 40-year-old Golovkin, who was no longer in his prime. The fight lived up to expectations, proving to be highly competitive. However, Golovkin's experience and skill prevailed, demonstrating that even at 40, it was possible to compete at the highest level. Bravo to Golovkin.
Known for the left hand, especially to the body. There's that combination I was talking about.
Right down the pipe, but right now, we're seeing him straighten that out a lot more often.
Yeah, definitely better off. I'm so damage with his jab. His jab is as strong as most people's right hands. Triple G's having a really hard time right now.
Mostly thanks to that vaunted jab, and now beginnings of a change for Triple G to bring to the table. There's a little bit Triple G hurt to the body in that fight against Sergey Derevyanchenko from Murata.
And a left hook to the body that landed on Triple G. Combinations. Once he starts landing that jab, he starts throwing that long right uppercut, just finishes marks. He cuts guys up, he swells them, he breaks noses.
Historically, will offer that right hand kind of coming across, or Murata comes up the middle with an uppercut of bringing to the table.
Yeah, and especially the way Murata's fighting this fight. He's in there. I saw a little wobble in the legs there from Murata early in the round.
Defending against the jab, and it's a bad proposition against the most accurate jabber in this one.
Triple G looks strong.
Opening round, getting that jab pumping, and he's had a lot of success.
Enjoy Triple G's style, the big drama show. He's in a fight. He's not just completely washing guys out. He always got totally better off. I'm surprised, though, that Triple G is moving to his
40
left.
years of age.
Especially with a big, strong.
Those shots. He gets tagged with an uppercut from Murata, then flurries right his way through this. From Golovkin, as Murata.
You see him getting busted up, blood from the nose and the mouth.
Here as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I said. I've been surprised at his punch resistance, his ability.
That's a right hand along the hip that he'll get a warning for. But right back upstairs with that same shot right in the mix as well. It's that right hand landing.
Keeping Murata pinned. And Murata came back, and he's actually been defensively sound.
From Golovkin, and there's some of the rhythm that Jonathan Banks wanted. G has always had a tremendous chin. Murata guard against those body shots.
I think they should. I mean, there should be a natural break in the action. Oh, man. I think also Triple G gave up on the jab.
Oh, hard right hand. That knocked the mouthpiece out of Murata. Murata is hurt. Murata is back on the ropes. Get used to that physicality that Triple G is bringing.
Triple G been wearing him down for a few rounds.
Oh, another hard right hand. You see the G of old and not an old Triple G. Even this version of Golovkin just has so many more offensive ideas.
Every round he adds something new. Technical strike to his own. In control of the real estate, seems to be in control of the fight.
Big answers at the moment.
On the ropes is definitely not where Murata wants right hand. But I do believe the right hand has had more of an effect on Murata.
Can he find a little rally here? Starting up. Right hands, left hooks.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I think part of Golovkin's success, like that. Looking for the knockout.
Oh, those uppercuts.
From Murata. He felt that one, and I thought he almost went.
Hurt upstairs, and I believe downstairs as well.
From Golovkin, who is just hammering away on Murata, not on his big night. Hard right hand from Golovkin, and Murata goes down. In comes the towel That is